Welcome to Phillies Fan Central, where passion meets the diamond and every fan's voice counts.
Welcome back to Phillies Fan Central, your number one source for everything regarding the Fightin' Phils. I'm your host, and today we have absolutely massive news coming out of the front office, news that secures the heart and soul of this lineup for the foreseeable future. But before we dive into the numbers and the exclusive details of this blockbuster deal, I need you to do me a huge favor. Smash that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up to help us beat the algorithm, and make sure you ring that notification bell so you never miss an update on the Phils. Most importantly, I want to hear from you. Get down in the comments right now and tell me your initial reaction to keeping our lead-off tank in red pinstripes. Let's get right into it. Sources have confirmed, and we can now discuss in depth, that the Philadelphia Phillies have officially won the offseason sweepstakes by retaining Kyle Schwarber on a massive new contract. According to insider reports that broke early Tuesday morning, the Phillies and Schwarber have agreed to terms on a monumental 5-year contract worth $150 million. This is not just a baseball move. This is a culture move. We are talking about a player who has defined the attitude of this clubhouse since the moment he arrived. When the free agency window opened last month, the anxiety among the fan base was palpable. We all saw the quotes from Bryce Harper during the season, where he explicitly stated to MLB.com that walking into the clubhouse in the year 2026 without Schwarber would feel incredibly strange. Harper knows, just as we do, that Schwarber is the glue. Harper said, and I quote, "He is a great leader. He is a great person in the community. That I think he's a guy you can build around." That endorsement from the face of the franchise put immense pressure on Dave Dombrowski and the front office to get this done, and they have delivered in a spectacular way. By locking in Schwarber for 5 years, the Phillies are signaling that their championship window is wide open and they have no intention of retooling or stepping back. This deal carries an average annual value of $30 million, a figure that reflects not just his ability to hit 40-plus home runs a season, but his presence as a calm, stabilizing force in the dugout. We have to look at the context here. Schwarber is a World Series champion, a Silver Slugger Award winner, and perhaps the most feared leadoff hitter in the National League. This contract ensures that the Schwarbombs will continue to fly into the seats at Citizens Bank Park through the late 2020s. While the team has yet to hold the official press conference, trusted sources like Todd Zolecki have corroborated the numbers. This moves the needle significantly. It tells the rest of the league that Philadelphia is willing to pay a premium to maintain team chemistry and elite power production. We are talking about a guy who changes the geometry of the game with one swing. The fact that the front office moved this quickly, securing him before the winter meetings could really spiral into a bidding war chaos, shows a level of decisiveness that we have to applaud. This is about continuity. This is about keeping the daycare and the veterans united under one of the best leaders in the sport. It is a massive financial commitment, yes. $150 million is a lot of money, but when you look at the production and the protection he offers Harper in the lineup, it is a price you have to pay. Now, let's get into the spicy part of this story, the business side and the rivalry. It turns out this wasn't just a simple negotiation. It was a battle for the soul of the National League East. Reports are surfacing that the New York Mets were heavily involved in trying to poach Schwarber away from South Philly. According to MLB reporter Michael Marino, the Mets came to the table with a very serious offer. Late last night, Steve Cohen and the Mets front office reportedly submitted a formal bid of 3 years worth $120 million. Let's break that down. The Mets were offering a higher average annual value, $40 million per season, compared to the Phillies' $30 million. However, they were not willing to match the longevity. The Phillies won this battle because they offered the security of 5 years, whereas New York stopped at 3. This is a classic case of a player valuing the long-term commitment and the environment over a short-term cash grab with a rival. This victory over the Mets makes the signing feel even sweeter for us fans. We know the Mets have deep pockets. We know they are looking for a designated hitter and a power bat to anchor their lineup. If the Phillies had hesitated, or if they had tried to lowball Schwarber with a 3-year deal, there is a very real chance we would be seeing him in a Mets uniform next April, which would have been an absolute nightmare scenario. The fact that the Phillies went to $150 million shows they understood the market dynamics perfectly. They knew they had to blow the competition out of the water in terms of total guaranteed money. The Mets' offer of $120 million was aggressive, absolutely, but it lacked the foresight of keeping a cornerstone player happy for the long haul. This leaves the Mets in a difficult position. They are now scrambling to find a backup plan for their designated hitter spot, perhaps looking at the trade market or lesser free agents, while the Phillies have their roster set. It also speaks volumes about the perception of the Phillies organization. Players want to be here. Schwarber wanted to stay, even with a higher annual salary dangling in front of him from New York. He chose the red pinstripes, the bell, and this fan base. Strategically, this allows the Phillies to focus on other areas of need, perhaps bullpen depth or a back-end starter, knowing the middle of the order is solidified. The Mets, on the other hand, have to go back to the drawing board. This is a major strategic win for Dave Dombrowski. He read the market, he identified the threat from New York, and he checkmated them with that 5th year. It's a bold risk given Schwarber's age, but in this era of baseball, you pay for the rings you want to win today, not for the budget you want to save in 2030. This move solidifies the Phillies as the team to beat in the East, keeping our identity intact while landing a direct blow to our biggest rivals' off-season plans. Bottom line, Phillies fans, we kept our guy. We stared down the checkbook of the New York Mets. We put $150 million on the table, and we ensured that Kyle Schwarber retires a Philly or comes very close to it. This was a necessary move. You cannot preach championship or bust and then let your clubhouse leader walk to a division rival. It just doesn't work that way. But now I need to hear from you. Was the 5th year the right call? Do you think $150 million is too much, or was it exactly what we needed to do to keep the Mets away? I want to see your analysis in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, please do not forget to support the channel. Subscribe to Phillies Fan Central, smash that like button, and ring the bell so you are the first to know when the next domino falls. We are built by fans, for fans, bringing you that red October energy all year round. Until next time, keep the faith, stay excited, and as always, ring the bell. Go Phils!